In this video, I'll be drawing the adjusting guide. This metric drawing, we'll be drawing the top, front, and right side of this image on AutoCAD. The front side is pretty much the darkened, shaded area. The right side is the inclined surface. And the top includes all three steps and the inclined surface as well. To begin, we're going to first change our units to metric. So we type the word units, and we're going to change it from inches to millimeters. Hit the OK. Next, we'll go to our construction line layer, and we're going to go to our construction line command. Here, I want to identify my horizontal construction line, and I want to direct this line to be at our origin, 0, 0. So you type that in and press enter, and there it is. I'm going to press the enter command again to end the construction line layer. Next, I'm going to go back to the command, and this time I'm going to create a vertical one. So I'll go to vertical, and this one will also be at the origin, 0, 0. I'll press enter a second time to end the command. At this time, using the dimensions that are provided here, I will provide a series of offsets to make some parallel lines to help form this shape with the two existing construction lines I have. So let's go to the offset command. The first distance I would like to plug in is the overall width of my front view, which is 110. So I'll type in 110. I'm going to click the construction line layer here, and I'm going to click to the right. Again, as you can see, nothing really happened. So what we have to do is end the command and use our wheel feature and roll out so that you can see the construction line that you made that's 110 away. Our next offset will be a distance of 40. This is going to cover this particular distance here. So I'll type that in. I'm going to click the original line and then click to the right. Next, I want to do a series of offsets for my horizontal line down here. So I'll go back to my command, and my first distance is going to be the overall height, which is 60 right here. So I type in 60. I'm going to click the bottom line, and I'm going to click in the upwards direction. So ultimately, my front view should be pretty much in this vicinity here. Next, I want to prepare these steps. As you can see, the distance from the top is a distance of 20. So back to my offset, type in 20, press enter. I'm going to click the top line and go in a downwards direction. Our next distance for the next step is a distance of 40 units from the top. Going back to my offset command, I type in 40, press enter. Going from the top line in a downwards direction, I'll click one time. That concludes all the construction lines we need for the front view. I'm going to press enter to end the offset command. I want to switch back to my object line, go to my line command, and begin my shape. Starting at the top corner, I'm going to go in a downwards direction. I'm going to come out to this location, and I'm going to cut back to this particular point. This is where our 40, the offset from 40 goes, and so that tells me where to stop my incline. If you notice in the picture here, the incline stops at the 40. And so all I have to do is go across with the line. I'm going to type the letter C to close my shape, and there's the overall shape of our front view. Next, I'm going to draw a line that follows my construction line across. Press enter. Do another line from here across, and press enter. And that completes our front view. Notice the 3 sections for the 3 dark sections in our image. Next is our right side view. So to begin our right side view, we need to switch back to construction line. I want to go to offset. Here I need to come up with a distance between both shapes. That distance I'm going to use is 50. Every drafter is different, so you come up with a distance that's comfortable for you. So I'll click over 50 units to give me my 50 millimeter spacing, and now I will do an additional offset to identify the total depth of our object. So looking at our object from the right side, as you can see, I have a distance of 60 from the front of the object all the way to the back. Typing 60 in for our offset, clicking our new line and clicking to the right. So there is our total width. Next, we need to identify the small 20s that we have here. So going to our offset command, I'm typing in 20. Using this line, I'm going to go over to the left to make my first 20 units, clicking the new line and going back to the left for the next 20 units. At this time, we have prepared our construction lines to make our right side view. Switching back to our object line layer, I'm going to my line command, and here we go. Across the bottom, going up, go across, and start building these steps all the way down. And I'll type C to close my shape. So this completes our right side view. To create our top view, we need to prepare the miter line. So let's go back to construction. Let's go to our construction command. This time we're going to choose angle. The angle for the miter line is 45 degrees. The miter line is always positioned in the top right hand corner of any front view. So at this location. Next, I want to press enter. At this time, I'm going to go back to my construction line command. This time prepare a horizontal style, and using my mouse I'm going to follow my construction line that I just created, the miter line, and click at every intersection that involves my right side view. And I'll press enter to end that command. Lastly, I have to create some stopping points for the top view where the steps meet the slope or the inclined surface. To do that, I will need to go back to my construction line layer, choose vertical as my option, and where the stopping points of each one of the steps hit the incline, I need to identify those. I'll press enter to end the command, and at this time I can go back to my construction line and change it to object. Here I'm going to my line command and begin my shape. So I'm going to start going in a downwards direction and going completely around the whole entire square. This would identify my boundary and all my shapes should be within inside the rectangle. I will go back to my line command and begin my steps. My first step should come out to this location here. The reason why is because if you notice, that's where the line met the incline. So this is where I'm going to stop it. So once I click those 2 points, I'll press enter, go back to my line command, and repeat the same thing. I will go from this location out to where my step stopped, which is at this location, follow that construction line up, and make that point. Finally, one more line right here at this location, going in the downwards direction, and pressing enter. So at this time I have prepared both the front, top, and right side of this image.